woman made men and women different. And the reason is because the difference brings a balance. If we are the same, it means we will have the same strengths and the same weaknesses. You don't need a team member that's exactly like you, then that team member is useless. What makes a team solid is that I can do some things you can't do, and you can do some things I can't do. That's what makes a team powerful. So it's like having 11 players and all of them are defenders, or 11 players, all of them are attackers, or 11 players, all of them are goalkeepers. You find that they're very strong in one area and very weak in the other area. So the difference in men and women bring the balance. All right? In most things that make sense, opposites usually attract. Men and women being opposites, totally different, attracts. In magnet, the same thing and all that. So opposites work better together because we can exchange strengths and weaknesses. We can cover up for each other. So God in his wisdom made men and women different. And even though the world is constantly trying to push as if we are the same, but we are not the same at all. And I think we should accept and appreciate our differences and understand how it works. And the whole idea of this series is to help you understand yourself and also help you understand your spouse. And even if you're not married yet or you're not even planning to marry at all, you generally will understand the opposite sex better. It will bring a lot of peace into your life. For me, it transformed my life when I began to understand my wife is different. You see, one of the things that causes in marriage, people are always saying, why is she not like me? Why is he not like me? He will never be like you. The earlier you appreciate it, the better. And you begin to adjust to each other. Begin to be considerate of each other. Okay, so this morning I'm going to start with that men are logical, women are emotional. Now, usually when we say these kind of things, of course, some people get angry and say, so is it that women are not logical, and is it that men are not emotional? No, that is not what it means at all. If you remember, those of you that have been attending the whole series, we said that actually in every human being, there's both male and female inside every human being. That's how it works. There's both male and female inside every human being. Just that the degree to which we have certain hormones and certain things are different. So that's what actually makes us different. In fact, they found out that as a man gets older, his testosterone begins to drop as he gets older. So this is why he's no more as aggressive as he used to be. He's no more even as sexual as he used to be. Because those testosterone and everything is what helps his aggression, helps his being forceful, helps his sexuality. It begins to drop. And interestingly, that man begins to want more companionship. He begins to want cuddling. He doesn't mind being held now. As he's getting older, his female hormones are getting more. His male hormones are getting less. So he begins to like things that women have always liked and all that. So there's male and female in everybody, really. So it's just the balance. So of course, women also have logic. Men also are emotional. Now, the issue is this. Men can be logical in most other things. But when it comes to relationships, women have an emotional side to them. So especially when it's their romantic relationship, they see it from the eyes of emotions first. Men, on the other hand, generally try to treat their relationship logically. Men get emotional with things like sports. So if you see men, when they win World Cup or lose World Cup, you can see them either shouting or even crying. So it's not that men lack emotions. It's just that when it comes to relationship with their wives, men don't bring that emotional side. They can bring it with football. They can bring it with politics. They can bring it with even work. All right? So it's not like men lack emotions. It's not that women lack logic. It's just that when it comes to that family relationship, women generally come emotionally more. Men come logically more. And understanding how those things work is better. It will help you better. So that's why if you notice the Bible says the man is the head of the home. Part of being the head also talking about what? Logic. Is the head. So if you look at it like that, we can say that the woman is the heart of the family. She brings the emotion. All right? Men are the head of the home. They bring the logic. Women are the heart of that home. They bring the compassion, the emotion. This is why also, like I said, one of the trends I'm noticing in our own world is that we are normalizing single parenting. We should not normalize it. I understand some people are in it, totally not by choice. Either the marriage failed or they got pregnant, without planning for it. I understand that, so I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to say, but we should not normalize it because there are repercussions to that. There are repercussions to it. The person bringing the unconditional love usually can't bring the discipline and the toughness part. Same person can bring both most times. So there's a compassion part that a woman brings. There's a discipline part. Even for those of you that have kids, like I said, there's a part, there's an approval, there's a word I'm looking for. There's that approval or that affirmation that a man gives a child that helps a child. It's different from the compassion that a mother brings. That's why man and woman together represents God. That's why we say the right hand of judgment and the left hand of mercy or something like that. So the two of them together is what represents. God is a very merciful God. God has both inside him. There's the very merciful part. How many of you know that God has forgiven you? Not that God will forgive you. If it's as regards forgiveness, it's settled forever. You can offend God 1,000,000 times, he will forgive you. However, you see, that's one aspect of him. And if that's the only aspect of him you know and you walk with, one day you will just reach the last day and you will meet his judgment side, because he has the two. It's the two together that makes a male and a female. That's why a mother has unconditional love. If a mother is here and her child steals and they lock him in prison, guess what the mother will do this afternoon? Take food to him in the prison. Unconditional love. If it's a man, lock him up. He's a fool. Which food do is it what he should be thinking? The man has the judgment side. It's just the two together brings the balance. As you understand this, and they try to push people to, they say God has done everything perfect. You can't add to what God has done. You can't make something perfect more perfect. Are you here, somebody? When you tamper with something perfect, you only make it imperfect. So God has both. There's the judgment part of God that is already settled. Also, that on that last day, anybody that has not joined this boat, there's no abeg, sir. I came to Emily, said, my car broke down. So I was already near. It's just that the three people jammed themselves. They jammed me. I was not among. All these stories will not count on that day. You will see the judgment side of God. So man and woman together really represents the image of God. I said that yesterday in the conference. Man and woman together represents the image of God. So that is what terrifies Satan when he sees the image of God. When Adam was alone in the garden, Satan didn't appear. There was no threat. But when a man and woman came together, it suddenly looked like God. And Satan appeared immediately. Next chapter, Satan appeared. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So women, there's an affirmation that men bring. So men in the house, it's important that when your children do well, give them affirmation. They get it from you. Say, I'm proud of you. And if for any reason you have a child outside wedlock, please be a part of your child's life. All right? Be a part of that child's life. There is something they get from you they can't get from their mother. Because there are many men that do that. You've impregnated somebody, they have children for you, and you've run away. You are going to cause more harm than good. The second mistake of running away is worse than the first mistake of having that child or impregnating that woman. So be available, provide that affirmation and security, especially if you have daughters. You will discover that your sons and daughters will want different things from you. For your daughters, you'll be their first love. So you must show them the right image. If you don't show them the right image, they will keep choosing bad men for them because you are the picture they will see. They will either be trying to avoid you or marry somebody like you. And if you are being a bad parent, you have sentenced them to continuous suffering. So if you have daughters, it's important you show them what love means. Tell them I love you. Hug them. Hug them. I get my daughters to peck me before they go to school. I hug them all the time. I tell them I love you. I tell them you're beautiful. I tell them you're smart. Affirmation comes from you. You must pronounce over them. You must prophesy over them. Pray for them. If you don't know how to pray, just say, God bless you. Lay your hand on them. There's something they get from you. That is why even Jesus, as powerful as he was, needed affirmation from his Father. He said, this is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased. Even Jesus Christ needed his Father to affirm him publicly. So affirmation comes from you. So as a father, please always do that. Always do that. Give affirmation. Tell your children you are blessed, you are smart. Don't always talk to them only when they are doing wrong. That's the mistake we make. People only hear our voice when we want to complain. No, let there be so much compliments that even when you complain, it sounds sweet. Men are logical. Women are emotional. Men are logical, women are what? Emotional. Men are the head of the home, women are the heart of the home. Women just bring a level of compassion that matters. They connect with people. They connect with the situation. So that's why if you visit somebody's house, it's the woman that is likely to ask you, have you eaten? The man will ask you, when are you going? Because as you're here, we're having to spend more. So women just bring compassion. Women just bring compassion. It's the balance. The balance is important. Imagine a head without a heart, or a heart without a head. It's dangerous. And this is why, like I said, women, be careful of people trying to tell you to struggle with the man for headship. No, you have a unique place. You already have a unique place. See, nobody can promote you. Nobody can increase you. Anything they want to add is to scatter what God has done. You're already beautiful. Your position is already very treasured. Are you here, somebody? All right, so I need water, by the way. Water. Men are logical, women are emotional. So if you are appealing to a man, so where's the wisdom in all this? The wisdom is this, ladies. If you are talking to a man about anything, always try, beyond the emotional part, try and look at the logical part of that discussion. That's to get a man interested. The reason why some men run away from talking to women is that women get emotional about every discussion. And women, on the other hand, don't understand why men are so, unemotional. For one of the common words you will hear as a man, whether you are married or you are planning to marry, one of the common words you will hear is that your wife will say you are emotionally unavailable. That means you are just there physically, but for a woman, being there physically is not enough. You have to also be there emotionally. You have to be present emotionally. So when she's going through stuff sometimes, especially when she's talking to you about things, she's not necessarily asking for solutions. You see, men talk for solutions, women talk for affection. So men talk for solutions. So if a man is talking to a man, we are quickly looking for how to solve the problem. We're not having this discussion just for discussion's sake. In the world of men, if you're telling me your problem, you expect, it's a challenge, it's a call for me to help you solve it. In the world of men, we only talk for solutions. And I said this last week. This is why some men don't talk to their wives, because they don't see the wife as somebody that can solve the problem. So they say no need to even discuss it, because men only talk for solution. Women, on the other hand, talk for affection. So is this, guys. If a woman is talking to you about a challenge, don't be quick to cut her and start giving her a solution. No, she wants you to empathize and be available in this situation. So just listen and be asking questions like, why? Oh, how did that make you feel? What happened? Just be a part. Let her talk. That talking alone is therapeutic for her. It even helps her feel better. And she's so smart. If she talks long enough, she will discuss the problem and also bring the solution. She's that smart. Because women think as they talk. So they need to talk to process. This is why it's wrong for you to be married and not be available to talk to your spouse or to your fiancé. It's wrong to say you are busy and you can't talk. That talking gong is the main thing. You don't even have to bring a solution. Because what pressures men, this is why men run away, is that they feel as they're telling me, hey, I don't even know what to do with this solution. No, you have menstrual pain. Google how to deal with menstrual. No. She doesn't need your solution. She will come up with a solution. Just listen and sympathize and say, wow, that's so sad. Sorry, baby. I can't imagine what you're going through. This is so difficult. That's all she wants to hear. She will talk the problem and then start talking the solution. She'll say, in short, I'm going to do this. In short, this is what I'm going to do. Yes, that's good. Thank you. You have rescued all of us because I was under pressure and I didn't know what to say. But just be available emotionally. Many men are not available emotionally because you do the four things I said yesterday. You either dismiss, defend, debate, or disagree. Don't do any of those things. Let her talk. That talking is therapeutic for a woman. It helps her to heal. So listen to her. Don't be pressured to bring solution. Men know, because amongst men when we talk, that's why sometimes when a man is talking to another man and you're telling the man all the money he needs and everything, the other man say, this one way you tell me. Hopefully, and me if I don't get money, because the man understands that they're telling me, you're assuming I'll help you. I can't help you. No, for women, it's not like that. It's not every time they're telling you stuff, they need you to do something. Sometimes they just need to be available and sympathize and let them, because they need to talk. Let them know that you're available emotionally to feel what they feel. In the world of women, it's powerful. They can just talk and all cry and clean their eyes and they're happy. No solution discussed. Men can't do that. If we talk for 5 minutes, we must come out with a solution. There must be a way forward. But it's not like, so be available for your wife. Let her talk. Now, women, on the other hand, when a man is talking to you, he actually needs solution. He doesn't want to just cry with him, no. He wants solution. So if you can think of something, you are very smart, give advice. And even if he doesn't take your advice, don't be angry. But if you can't, tell him you pray for him. Tell him you pray about it and God will make a way. So a man doesn't mind the encouragement and the solution. Praise God. So again, woman, if you're talking to a man, look for the logical part of that discussion. So you want to change your children's school. Don't just say, I want to change my children's school because our neighbor has changed their school. Because all the other women in the spa and in the salon said they have changed their school. So you too want to change your school. That's not a strong reason. All the high school fees in this world is pioneered by women. Women are the one pushing, because women they compete socially. If somebody, their friend, have high school fees, they will not be happy until they too are in that school with high, even if the school is useless. But all they have 3 high-class friends. And you see, a lot of things women do is to compete amongst themselves. It's not for men. You know, initially we thought it was for men. It's not for men at all. Like all the hair you buy, the expensive hair you buy, we don't know the difference. You just buy. It's you people that know the difference. So you buy it to oppress yourself. Because if you don't have it, all your friends will say you don't have money. So you buy it. Even sometimes you buy it to pretend like if it's your boyfriend or husband that bought it for you. Meanwhile, it's you that hustled to buy it. But I told them, I said that the reason why men want money and the reason why women want money, they are different. Very, very different. All right. That's why if you notice, even when it comes to things like rituals and doing jazz, you notice that all the jazz women do is still jazz for men to give them money. Men don't have time to do jazz for women to give money. Man will just do jazz to get money direct. Because the reason is different. The woman's life will still somehow be linked to a man. So all the jazz you see them selling, tightener, sweetener, this one, that one, is centered still around one thing, which is what? Men. Relationship. That's it. How many times do you see a woman just say, I'm going to sacrifice cow to get money? No. I'm going to sacrifice cow and goat to get a man to be giving me money. She still wants the man inside the mix. Men don't have time for that. Men just sacrifice 13 cows to get money direct. I don't even need woman. If I have money, I have many women I can get. I don't need, just give me money direct. I'm not saying she's going to do jazz. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm just trying to show you, that if you see the lifestyle, the statistics are always there. Praise God. So women, look for the logical concept in what you want to say to the man. Why do you want to change the children's school fees? The children's school. Say, I heard that in that school, kids that go there are more likely to get scholarship for so and so and so. That's a logical reason. A man can relate. Any other thing you're telling him, that I just feel it. I just feel right now. Because women are intuitive, so they can just feel something for no reason. They have the capacity to do so, but you can't present that as a proposal to a man. He's logical. He needs to see. That's why the woman in the Bible called Abigail was an expert at that. You know Abigail in the Bible that she married Nabal. Nabal was rude to David. David was coming to kill Nabal. And Abigail heard that David was coming to kill all the men in her life. So she packaged food and met David on the road. She knelt down and talked to David, and see what Abigail said. Instead of Abigail to say, please, don't kill my husband. If you kill him, I will be a widow. My children will be orphaned. You see, that's the emotional approach. You see, emotional approach doesn't mean it's wrong. All that thing is the facts, it's true. But you see, that doesn't appeal to the man. It makes no sense to the man that the reason I should not kill him because you'll be a widow. Of course you'll be a widow. You see, he has no gain in that. But the way she spoke to David, she told David that you will soon be king. That makes sense to a man. You're talking to him now. You will soon be a king. If you come and mess up and kill this man, you just dirty your hand. And to spoil your reputation when you are king. Men are a bit selfish. Not a bit, men are selfish. So talking to him logically like that got more results. The minute David heard that, David said it's true. You see. Even though her own issues were covered, but that's not what she brought, that I don't want to be a widow. So if you want to appeal to your husband to do something, don't just come and say, hey, if you do it, I'll be happy. No, he's not trying to make you happy. Look for logical reasons. So Abigail appealed to his logic and not to his emotion. If Abigail was talking to a woman, she wouldn't need to go that route. All she will need to say is that you're a woman like me. I don't want to be a widow. I don't want my children to be an orphan. These children, they're still young. Look at them. They've not even started. If you talk that to a woman, every woman relates with that. You can't tell a man that you'll be a widow. Of course you'll be a widow. That's the whole point. He doesn't relate. So appeal to the man's logic when you're talking to him. And you, for men, when you're talking to a woman, appeal to her what? Emotions. That's what it means. So don't just say we need to move a new house. Why? Say because it's cheaper there. It's cheaper there doesn't make sense. You say things like, oh, if we move to that place, it means we'll spend less time in traffic, which means we'll have time to spend more family time. I can spend more time with the kids. I can spend more time with you. You've been complaining that we don't even go out on dates. There's no way we can go out on dates if we live in this kind of area because of traffic. But if we live in this kind of area, there are good restaurants around there. We can even go for date night, even if you never go. But you see, you are appealing to her emotional side, that the children they are nearer their school, the children can ride bicycle in this kind of environment. You see, you're talking family. A woman likes to hear you talk family. It's her love language once you talk family. Is somebody get what I'm saying? So you must know how to appeal to emotions. You want to buy a sports car, convertible sports car. Don't go say, hey, honey, I want to buy one. This is a sports car, convertible, seat tire, fat, V8, 12 valve, 16 valve, this one, turbo engine, 700 horsepower. All those make no sense to a woman. What you should say is, I have a house. Say, baby, there's this car I saw, only 2 seats, convertible. Me and you will just sit down. Me and you, wear our glasses. Everybody will be feeling us. You are talking her language now. Not. I'll just take you shopping. I'll take you shopping. The convertible. We won't need to open the boot. You just put your bags behind as we are driving. Yes, you're talking her language. Not V8, 750 horsepower. Where are we going? Even donkey, we never ride donkey finish in a horse. How to appeal to her emotions when you are talking. You learn how to appeal to his logic. Be emotionally available to your wife. All right? Sometimes women just want to talk about emotional things. Men find it dreadful to just sit down, look into a woman's eyes, say, I love you. You are the best in that. Men, no, man, it's awkward. You know what I love you for. That's why they're here now. More just face front. You must have those periods. And I had to learn it. You must have those. At the beginning, it won't make sense to you, but the more you do it, the more you understand it, the more you get used to it. You must have those emotional moments when you just talk about yourselves, about your marriage, how it was when we started. Those things are important for women. Women don't want to, because we're very forward-oriented. It's just emotional. Can I just be talking, just looking at your eyes? It's important for a woman. You must connect emotionally. Say, I love you. You are the best decision I've made in my life. I remember when we met, where we met, how we met. Do you understand? You must make emotional investments. You must take her out on dates from time to time. Go on dates. And on those dates, I've told you the rules last week. You must dress up. You must pick the place, and she's free to order anything from the menu or from your plate. Yes. It's a date. It's a special day. And no phones. No phones. Just sit down and talk. Look into her eyes. Just talk. Women like face-to-face. They like face-to-face connection. All right? So appeal to her emotions. Tell her how beautiful it is. Sometimes just tell her how beautiful it is for no reason. Don't wait for it to be a special day. All right? Buy her gifts for no reason. If you're just passing by the house, just look at her and say, you are just a fine girl. Do you understand? That's being emotionally available. You learn to touch, non-sexual touch. When she's just passing, just tap her in her bum bum. So that she won't suffocate you. So just, tap her. Play with her, hug her, hold her, peck her, kiss her for no reason and anywhere in the house. It mustn't be bedroom when the door is locked. It's important your kids see that you love their mom. You are the first idea of normal. Because some men just say, I don't have time for this kind of thing. How can we hold hands? I'm a soldier. I want to be walking. I want to be swinging my hand. When your mates were joining army, no. So I want to be swinging my hand. Hold a hand. Your kids, you are the first idea of normal your kids are going to see. So hold a hand. All right? Be emotionally available. Hug, peck, kiss. Say, I love you. Very important. Hallelujah. Very, very important, okay? Be emotionally available. And you as a wife, be also be logically available. Most times the man wants to bounce off ideas. Or I don't get emotional too quickly. Hear him out. So there was a court case that happened in America one time. It's from the Menendez brothers. It's a court case that happened a long time ago in America. So their dad, the Menendez guy, was a rich Hollywood guy. It was a movie, I think it was a movie, or was a rich guy. Millions of dollars kind of guy. So his two sons, their two sons killed the parents. Two sons killed the parents. And they killed the parents and in the house, murdered the parents in the house, and went on shopping spree and started spending money. Because if they killed the two parents, they would inherit all the money. And so they became very rich instantly. Young guys, teenagers, I believe. And they went on shopping spree, started grooving, started bouncing about. So, of course, police investigating found out it seems it's these boys that did it, and they took them to court. Immediately they got to court, the boys changed the story. The boys changed the story to the fact that, our father was sexually abusing us. That's why we killed him. The moment they changed their story, people began to sympathize with them, largely women. So you see, if you know how to appeal to, when I see a man say, my wife doesn't, I can't get my wife to do something, you're not speaking her language. You need to speak an emotional language. The reason she's not agreeing is that she has not heard you. You're trying to speak to her logic. Speak to her heart, to her emotions. If you could make this woman marry you, there's nothing you can make this woman do. You're just talking wrongly. You are the one that convinced this woman to leave her father and her mother to follow you. Then you say you can't convince her to follow you to another city or to follow you to another part of the city. You can't. Are you sure? You just need to go and do what you did that time that made her leave her father and her mother to follow you, even though you didn't have anything that time. Are you here, somebody? So, they've said that women started pitying them. So, in America, they have what they call the jury system. So, they pick about 8 or 12. I can't remember how many people they pick. Those people hear the case and those people now vote. It's called the jury system. I know most of you know what I'm talking about. Now, they said when they brought that part of the case, the jury were divided amongst gender lines. All the women said they should not find them guilty for murder. Because the kids had mentioned that our parents used to molest, our father used to molest us, and the boys were incredible acting. They were crying during the interview. Our father, they did it. You see, all those things appeal to women. All the women said, don't find them guilty. All the men. So that abuse you, now make you kill your papa. Send them to prison immediately and to hellfire. Straight. Yeah, because logically it makes no sense. But emotionally, makes a lot of sense. That's just how it is. So a lot of things that happen in this world are not fair. It just depends on who is speaking the right language. That's all. So women know these things. That's why if there's a challenge with a woman causes trouble. Then she now plays the victim. All she needs to do is to show weakness. To start crying. She has won you. If it's women making the decision, she has won you. If it's also emotional men, because there's some men that are a bit emotional, yes. If it's emotional men, she has won you. But if it's a very logical man, if she's clash, you cry from here to here, the man will still try and stick to the facts. So you followed him to his house. He convinced me. So you sat down, you planned to sleep overnight. He said it's late, that it's risky to go home at this time. You're a full adult. You follow this man to his house. What do you think he wants to do there? He said we will just talk. You see, logically, so women do that all the time. They use their leg and enter trouble, then they say it's not my fault. And they blame the man. And because we live in a very emotional world, people actually jump on that. Except for a case of rape. If it's not rape, any situation where a man and a woman had something together, both of them should be blamed. But you see, the world is an emotional world. So if you notice, if those kind of things happen, people just blame the stronger person. That's how life works. And they sympathize with the, in quote, weaker person. No, that women have been playing that game long ago. They are not weak. They just pretend to be weak. Women are emotionally stronger. Men are physically stronger. So they play the weakness card. And they win men all the time. People just blame men. Women know, once you cry, the matter don't they enter. Say, he convinced me. He pushed me. There's a lot of physical violence even from the women's end, but nobody reports it. Are you here, somebody? So cases like that show you that men are, logical, and women are what? Emotional. I'll do one more. So generally, the same thing. If you're a man, if you want to talk to a woman, you can ask her what she feels about it. That's how I do it. Ask a woman what she feels about it. Ask a man, what do you think about it? That's how you get the best from them. Because a woman sometimes might not know what she thinks about it, but she knows what she feels about it. And sometimes she doesn't have logic to back up her feeling. That's why your woman can know sometimes the business will go wrong, even though she can't tell you how and why it's going to go wrong. She just feels something is not right about this thing. She's a feeler. A man, on the other hand, follows logic. So a man can easily be deceived with logic. If everything looks good on paper, a man can be deceived. A woman, on the other hand, she will be deceived even though things don't look logical on paper. A woman can still be deceived if the emotions are right. I guess what I'm saying. If you make a woman feel good, even though she can see that this thing no add up, she can still follow you. There are many women that are following a man that is not treating them right, but the man is saying, I love you. So she's confused. Pastor, this man, he slapped me only 2 times a week. He doesn't give me money. He follows other women, but he say he loves me. What should I do? I get this question from ladies all the time. Because women don't follow logic necessarily when they make decisions. If the man is saying I love you, that's fine. Even though the thing doesn't tally. But for men, on the other hand, if it's not tallying, it's not tallying. So you can also deceive men by making things look like the tally. So women do that to men all the time. A lot of women that are cheating on men are logically there. But the same way they are providing everything logically here, they are providing it in 2 or 3 places. Because they multitask. So they cheat differently from men. They cheat better than men. They multitask. So everybody's happy. It's men that when men are cheating, because they are one-track minded, everybody feels their absence. Even their children, their work, their church, everybody knows this man is not concentrating. The woman, everybody's fine. She's still serving in her department. God is seeing her. She's doing everything she does at home. Her husband is seeing her. Her boyfriend too is seeing her. Everybody's happy. Fear this gender.